Hello, everyone. Welcome to Small Talk. Well, joining me today is somebody who's been on the show before. He is a singer, a composer, a conductor, an arranger, a teacher, and a performer from Vancouver, Peach. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Peach. I wanted to say preach. Sorry, Earl.
Hi, Nancy.
I am having one of those mornings, I think.
That's all right. So am I.
All right, so at least we're on the same page. So now,
Mm,
it was just over a year ago that you were on the show.
mhm.
And I was just wondering, has anything changed since then? Like with as far as your performances or your
Yeah, well, my partner and I finished a CD.
oh,
Uh,
okay.
so we're a duo called Songtree, and so we're going to do a CD release along with a singer-songwriter named Linda Shobatak
Okay.
uh, on October 26th. Oh, actually, no, we moved it to November 24th, I think. But
Okay.
and Sudanda, the group I've been playing with since 2004, led by Aladdin Abdallah, is celebrating playing together for 20 years.
Mhm.
So we're going to put on a show together on November 2nd. And Illiterati is doing a special project with a choir on Salt Spring. We're going to go over there in mid-November.
Nice.
They're going to sing along with three of our tunes. We're going to play along with a couple of their tunes, and the whole thing will be animated by an underlying story about somebody I dubbed Mr. Anxious.
Oh, that is really, really cool. That's
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So now I just want to like for somebody who hasn't seen the first interview, now you lead four different choirs, correct?
Three.
Three. Oh, three different
Yeah.
choirs. Okay. And that's
Yeah.
in Vancouver area.
Yeah, they're all in Vancouver. Plus, there's a sing along over at Kit's house on Fridays,
Mm-hmm.
which is not really a choir. And then I'm starting a new music program at a place called Chelsea House, which is just across from Trout Lake.
Okay. Okay. Now you teach privately as
I
well.
do. Yeah,
Right. And you have a studio, is that correct?
that's right.
That must be nice so that you have your own studio where you can do all of your musical things, right?
It's an important element of actually making a living because I've recorded several people's albums here.
Right, yeah. There's so much stuff. Like when I look, I just Google your name and you come up in so many different, facets of what you do here. Highs and lows about choir. There's one of your was that on the YouTube? That
I don't know.
I'm just reading some of the things here. Composer and you do arrangements. Like, I mean, I'm just wondering how do you fit everything in?
Yeah, well, that's a really good question. I'm finding my life is a lot like uh, memory popcorn these days. Where you're looking at something on the desktop in front of you, and in the meantime, the thing that you committed yourself to yesterday has kind of receded in the background, and you realize in about 3 or 4 days that you never did anything about it, and that takes the place of something else which has arisen in the meantime.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a challenge.
But it's
Uh,
obviously something like the type of challenge that you enjoy, right?
yeah, I just have an unfortunate propensity to say yes.
Yeah.
Uh, it's there are a few things I've turned down recently. I was offered the opportunity to start another choir at Collingwood Neighborhood House, which I turned down. Uh, and other things. But yeah, and that these are the musical things. We live in a co-op, so I'm also on several committees there, and I'm the chair of the local community garden, and there are various other forms of activism I participate in.
Okay. Um,
It's
yeah,
overwhelming.
sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
So when you or any of the choirs, like can people just join anytime they want? How does that work for you?
Well, the choirs they differ a little bit. Um, the Highs and Lows is a mental health choir. So it's really for people who have lived experience of dealing with mental health system or their friends and supporters. Um, the Solidarity Notes is a political choir, and so people show up on Sunday mornings to practice, and then we have a number of appearances. We sang last night at the as the leaders arrived to debate on TV at the CBC. Uh, we were drowning out people yelling NDP and axe the tax with stop fracking uh, and singing our anti-fracking song.
Right.
Um, so that's and both of those choirs are drop in. Inquiring Minds is a bit less so. It's a normal community choir at Mount Pleasant Community Center, and so people usually sign up at the beginning, and they're there for the duration of 13 weeks.
Right. You ever get anybody that thinks they can sing, but they can't really carry a tune, and you have to let them know?
And again, the responses are different in different choirs. Generally, if somebody comes along like that in the Inquiring Minds, they tend to self-select out after before too long.
Okay.
The other two choirs are a bit more tolerant in terms of basically they believe that everybody can either sing or learn to sing.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it takes longer than others.
Right. Yeah. Is there really such a thing as somebody being tone deaf?
I've almost never run across it.
Okay.
A little story. I used to teach music as a volunteer at Carnegie Center, which is, as you know, in the center of the downtown east side. And I had a fellow named David come and want to take music lessons from me. And literally, if I asked him to make his voice go up and down, he could not do it.
Oh.
Um, and so, I'd say, no, make your voice go up, and he would make the same pitch and rise out of his chair. Uh,
Oh.
I was making his voice go up, and I worked with David for a year and a half, and at the end of a year and a half, he read me a piece of music off the blackboard. He sang it to me.
Okay.
So if he could do it, like
Yeah, yeah. I've
anybody
heard,
can do it.
I've heard that too. It's just a matter of when you're taught like how much air you bring into your lungs or certain things like that. Like, I mean, I don't know, I don't sing, but I've heard that you can learn, you know?
Yeah, well, you can modulate your voice when you speak,
Right. Oh,
right?
yeah, right.
And so that means that you have a sense of pitch,
I see. Okay.
right?
Gotcha.
And you can start from there and basically learn to sing.
Right. Because I find like if like I used to be part of improv and sometimes we do some songs and I can't sing by myself. I get too nervous, but I could follow along with I could sing along with somebody else, you know?
Right?
But it was just me, it's like I couldn't stay in tune.
Yeah, come to me for a music lesson. I'll give one. I offer a free music lesson to anybody.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, unfortunately, I'm living in Chilliwack. I don't drive, so there you go, you know.
Right?
Anyway, so more about what you do, but I'm just curious, you know, about people who, you know, with what they're saying, because I know my younger brother who's no longer around alive, but he had taken years ago, he'd taken singing lessons and he formed a band, you know, so it was pretty cool, right? Because my mother always told us, none of my children can sing, you know.
Ah, yeah. Well, some we absorb so much of what our parents tell us about ourselves, right?
Yeah,
My
for
mother was convinced we were all geniuses.
oh, wow, I got the opposite.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So now you have this, you said you have a CD coming up, or you've released it already?
Um, we printed it. We sold a few copies, but this will be the quote unquote official release. Although, official releases usually involve press releases and sending copies out to different
Yeah.
media and so on. This is really more for the community.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people can find out more whether they look up for you on Facebook or like do like I did, like just Google you just to get more information, right?
And I have to warn people about that. And my old account, which has 4,000 contacts, I can no longer get into because I was stupid enough to log out at one point when I tried to log back in. I was asked to provide a code from my Authenticator app, which I don't have.
Right.
And so far, I have not discovered a way around that. So I had to start a new account, which
Oh.
features a picture of me wearing a T-shirt saying "Working Class and Proud."
Like that. That's pretty cool. No, as far as performances themselves, with whether it's you individually or with a group or whatever, you have anything? You mentioned a couple of places. You said in November, something.
Yeah, the Illiterati is going over to Salt Spring in November, in mid-November, for a couple of shows over there with the Viva Choir, and Sudanda is we're doing a feature at the Vancouver Folk on October 16th,
Okay.
and then we're having our own show on November 2nd at the 411 Seniors, which has turned out to be a favorite venue to hold events.
Nice, yeah.
It's a nice room. I mean, it's a big empty room, and the rent is cheap, and it's a nice building.
Okay.
And the people that work at the 411 are good.
Very good, yeah. Now, I imagine like a choir is like any other kind of group in that. I don't know how to say the word, but sometimes you have more members than other times.
Yeah, inquiring minds. I was used to having, maybe 20, 21, 22 people, and now I'm regularly getting 30. And it's partly because we're a program at Mount Pleasant Community Center,
Mhm.
and so they have a brochure that goes every term.
Right?
Um, so it's just like a whole whack of free publicity.
Very
But
good. Yeah.
there are other challenges to that. We practice on Monday nights, and that means that they're closed for stats, which means I have to hold a choir rehearsal somewhere else.
For sure, yeah. Now, sometimes when I see like a choir performing, it doesn't matter where, but sometimes they'll have one singer, one person sing by themselves, and then everybody else sings in the background.
Yeah,
Eh,
we tend to avoid soloists.
Pardon?
I say we tend to avoid solos.
Oh, okay. Is there
Not always, but often.
any particular reason?
Um, I prefer to avoid hierarchical thinking
Okay, yeah.
choir members, uh, and which isn't to say it isn't hierarchical because I am at the front, basically, telling people what's going. On the other hand, I tend to also think of myself as their servant. It's my job to help them do what they want. And if they have objections about it, we talk about it. And often I'll adjust my approach or something in the score or even the choice to do a song or not. So, so I find choirs with a lot of soloists tend to have singers who are in and singers who are out.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't find that a really healthy atmosphere.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. No, you did mention, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, I'm clearing my throat.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Now you did at the top of the intro, did you mention Songtree?
Yes, so as I said, we're doing a CD release in later November. I think the 24th,
Hmm.
um, during the day, and I yeah, if people want to find out more about it, Songtree unfortunately has zero presence online, so they could email me at earlepeach@yahoo.ca. There's an E on the end of Earl.
I'll make sure that that is written down so they can see that, right? Yeah. I think we've covered everything. I'm just trying to look through everything to see what's coming up, and
Yeah,
like this is what
I
I'm
forgot to
looking
mention that I'm writing a thesis.
at. Right. So anyway, yeah, thank you. I think we finished. So in the meantime, in the future, if you have anything you want to announce or whatever, let me know and we'll certainly have you back. Or maybe the trio would be nice to have. All of the three of you on. That would be
Oh, I think that would be kind of interesting.
yeah.
Um,
Think about that. And
yeah, well, yeah, as you can imagine, we're almost never together all in the same place at the same time.
right,
But
okay.
yeah, it's worth thinking about.
Right.
So if we ever did a combined show, I would contact you and maybe do some kind of live broadcast.
That'd be cool.
Now, what was that you just held up?
Pardon?
You just held up something. What was it?
Oh, that was you. It's hard to get
Oh,
them reading good.
oh, I see. Right, right.
Just
That's the old Facebook account.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So just come up with on Google. Like there's all of these different pictures of you with different headings. So that was just one of them. Anyway, so
Okay.
yeah. So thank you. Just stay online for a second to the audience. Thank you very much for watching the show. I hope you continue to do so. And I've been talking to Earle Peach, composer, director, conductor, arranger, everything musical. I should say that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you continue to do so. Take care, everybody, and peace out. Thank you, Earle. This is gonna air on Monday coming up. Okay?
On YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'll send you the link on. I'll send you the link on Messenger. All right?
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, on my new account, if you don't mind.
In your new account. Okay. Or maybe I'll
Okay,
just email it to you. Might be easier.
fine.
All right?
And I'll send you an invitation on my new account.
Sounds nice. Okay, I'll do that. I'll accept that.
All right.
Thank you very much. Have a
Take
good
care.
day. Bye
Bye.
bye.